is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio. PHLV Radio.
Dale, Mr. Dale, daylight coming, we wanna go home. Mr. Day, Mr. Day, Mr. Day, Mr. Day, Mr. Day. Daylight coming, we wanna go home. Well, hello everybody. As you know, that song is from what? From Jamaica. Our topic for today is about Jamaica. You know, it's one of my bucket list country that I would like to visit because you know why? My grandfather is Jamaican. So, first of all, before I talk about Jamaica, I would just want to say, hello, my family and friends, online family and friends. Welcome again to the Sansu Show. It's another week of exciting adventure. And we're going to talk, as I said, we're going to talk about, well, let me take my glasses so that you can see me. And we're going to talk about Jamaica tonight. And I'm really interested because you know what? As I mentioned a while ago, my grandfather is from Kingston, Jamaica. And Kingston is the capital city of Jamaica. And as you know, Jamaica is one of the most popular tourist destinations in the Caribbean. And that's why I wanted to see that one of these days, you know? I want to see the roots, the families of my grandfather. You know, I know I was born and raised in the Philippines, but my grandfather ventured because he was in the military. So let's talk about Jamaica. Okay, every corner of the island adventure awaits. And you know, it used to be colonized by the Spaniards. And then in 1655, the British people invaded the country, and that's why they speak British English. But they have two languages actually. One is British English, and one is Patois. You know, the one that the language that a lot of reggae people, you know. So that's why I'm wearing my reggae thing, my dreadlocks. I like it. It's hard though. It's really hard. Because you know why? It's not easy to take care of a dreadlocks. I used to have a dreadlocks when I was young, and it's not easy to take care of, you know. But well, let's talk about Jamaica because it's a beautiful island. And one of the historical areas is how do you call this one? The Appleton Rum Estate, because Jamaica is famous of making rum. You know, that's why I have rum today. You know, and rum is made out of. You can smell it. You know, the sweetness of molasses. Well, think from the Uptown Estate. It's an estate, it's a very famous location in Jamaica because, as I said, that's where they make the original rum. And it's the largest and the oldest distillery in Jamaica. Has been blending rum since 1749. Could you imagine that? 1749 when they started drinking rum. And then, you know, rum is very popular here in the US. You know, I can't drink it straight though. I have to mix it with Coke. So, on top of that, we also have the amount, what we call, so I said Montego Bay. Montego Bay is one of the beautiful location in Jamaica. And they also have the waterfalls. The waterfall is also beautiful. They have beautiful different kinds of waterfalls in Jamaica. So you should put it on your bucket list, you guys. Jamaica is one of the richest Caribbean island. And of course, one of their popular artists is Harry Belafonte. Let me tell you a little bit about Harry Belafonte. He met my mom, you know, Elizabeth Ramsey. He met her when my mom was in Las Vegas. He was so shocked that he saw this beautiful black little girl from the Philippines, right? So he actually skipped his show just to watch my mom. You know, he was like, I want to see this. When they're talking about that, there's a black woman performing in Las Vegas, in a different hotel. So Harry Belafonte really took the time and watched my mom perform, and he was so proud of her. He was like actually amazed the talent of my mom. So but Harry, let me tell you about Harry Belafonte. He's a singer, an actor, and an activist. He was actually born in Harlem to a West Indian immigrants. He also single-handedly ignited the craze for Caribbean music, the one that I just sang a while ago. And one of his favorite, that was one of his famous songs. There's another one, Matilda, 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 give me money and run Venezuela. Everybody now, Matilda, thank the Lord now, Matilda. I love that song. Matilda, give me money and run Venezuela. Now, after Harry Belafonte, of course, let me say something. Uh, Unfortunately, he died at the age of 96, but he was also involved with he was an activist. He was involved with Dr. Martin Luther King in the marching for the civil rights movement. I mean, he was really actually at the end of his time. He became an activist, you know, but he was very very in how do you call this one? Secretive, and he always he doesn't be friend with everybody. He's very secretive with his lifestyle, and that's why my mom was so honored to meet him. And the second one that's a very, very popular artist from Jamaica is Bob Marley. Bob Marley. I mean, he's an amazing musician. And you can check out all his life about his life, the movies that they've done about his life, and he's the one that actually made reggae famous. He was the root of reggae. Most of his songs were very popular here in the U.S. So, and because we talk about Jamaica, and of course, they're so famous with the marijuana. That's part of their religion in some parts in Jamaica, and that's how actually created like Snoop Dogg. I think Snoop Dogg get his stuff from Jamaica, but it really changed him. But okay, now, as I mentioned about Jamaica, please, please, please don't forget to visit. It's a beautiful country. It's a beautiful island, and that's why I'm so honored to focus about it this week. And I'm so proud of being part Jamaican. You know, and hopefully, as I said, one of these days I'll be able to visit it. And then this time, now that we've finished about Jamaica, let me tell you my special guest, because this special guest of mine, oh my God, he blows me away. I mean, his voice. 45 minutes. Oh, it's amazing, his voice. I mean, every time that he sings, he really give it all. And you can just, when you watch him, you just kind of like, oh my God, he really, I mean, he's amazing. He's an amazing singer. So before I introduce him, let me show you the video, because when I was in Seattle about Mother's Day, um, he sang this song to all the mothers that have passed away, and also for all the mothers that are still present. And I mean, I cried. I really cried. So hopefully you check this out. Check this video of my guest.
Puso ko ito ngayong lumisan ka sa piling ko, kung kailan sumikat ang araw at lumigaya ang aking mundo. Ano ang mga bukas ko ngayong wala ka na sa buhay ko? Paano mga pangarap, mga pangako sa bawat isa? Sana'y kamuling makita ko dalhin ang tibok ng puso mo. Sana yakapin mo akong muli kahit sandali, kahit isang saglit, mayakap ka. Ang mga bukas ko ngayong wala ka na sa buhay ko. Puso ko'y biglang nahuli na iyong iniwanan na nag-iisa. Sana'y kamuling makita ko dalhin ang tibok ng puso mo. Sana yakapin mo akong muli kahit sandali, kahit isang saglit, mayakap ka.
That's my brother. Well, my son, my brother, one of those. I can't wait now to introduce you guys this wonderful, wonderful special guest of mine. But let me tell you a little bit about him before I say his name. Okay, he's a singer songwriter, born in the Philippines and raised in Hawaii, and he currently lives in Seattle. Discovered at the age of 12. And he's also a musical career by working with some of Hawaii's best musicians. And at the age of 14, he had a recording with Hawaii's best mentors. And also, yeah, recording, single recording. And I'm reading his bio now, you guys. I mean, this man has been around. he's only 25, but by winning top vocal competitions in Hawaii, Brown back to stardom, and also with Hawaii's top musicians. He learned to perform and to be comfortable with his audience. I've seen him do that too, and the women went crazy. His melodic style reflects his love for R&B, pop, Latin music, and all the other music he grew up listening. He actually met my mom too. He started writing songs and honing his vocal styling as a very early age. And he also signed under Dyna Record in the Philippines. So now, ladies and gentlemen, let me please help me welcome my special guest, Bridget. Hello,
Hello,
Dom.
hello, Sansu. How are you?
Oh, fun. I'm so excited because we've been together in Seattle. We performed together in Seattle, and I mean, every time you sing, I'm just like I'm in awe. Like whew, this boy can sing. I'm
Ah,
telling
thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So I'm so honored to have you in my show, and
Thank
so
you.
yes, and tell us a little bit more. I know I've already mentioned about that. You were born and raised born and raised in Hawaii because your parents were in military, right?
Yeah, I was actually born in the Philippines, and I was raised in Hawaii. So we moved to Hawaii when I was 5 years old. And,
Oh,
I started singing, I think, as early as 5 years old in singing competition in the Philippines. And
mhm,
when my parents decided to move to Hawaii, I moved there when I was 5 years old. And
mhm.
really, my interest in music grew. And everything just kind of went from there. But I want to thank you for inviting me to your show, your wonderful show. Thank you. It's always a
Thank you.
pleasure to see you and to work with you. And as you said, I had an amazing opportunity to work with your mom in Hawaii. As a teenager, I did this concert with her and Jaya, and I just remembered being in awe about how talented she was as a performer. I mean, I was a kid and in awe at this lady up on stage doing her thing. It was just inspiring, really.
Yeah, and now you understand why Harry Belafonte, when he heard about this black lady that has a Jamaican heritage, and he was like, "I need to see this. I need to see this."
Yeah,
And oh my God,
yeah,
I
and of
wish we
course,
have
Harry
pictures in the
Belafonte.
old days.
Of course, Harry
Huh?
Belafonte is an amazing, amazing performer himself. Diba? I mean, that's just such an
Yes.
honor to be recognized by someone like that.
So your parents are what? Bisaya or Tagalog?
So my mother is from Cebu. She was born and raised in Cebu City. So I am half
Yes.
Bisaya. My dad is from Chicago. He was in the Marine and he was stationed in the Philippines. So I was born in the Philippines, but I was born inside the military base. And
Oh.
I got to grow up. They bought a house outside the base, and I got to grow up and have friends outside the base. But then we later on moved to Hawaii, and that's where my brothers and sisters and I moved and grew up, and had all this opportunity given to us.
Yeah, but do you speak a little Bisaya?
Ah, kamao gamay.
Gamay lang.
Gamay.
Gamatoy lang yung town. Gamatoy lang.
Gamay, gamay.
Gamay rin town. When I met you, man, I'm just like, okay, does he really speak Filipino? Because,
Oo
you're more,
naman.
they're like,
Oo
oh my God, yeah,
naman.
he does.
I
You
do.
know?
One of the things that I never wanted to forget was the language. I'm so proud of my heritage. My mom being Filipino and from Visaya, and my
Mm-hmm,
dad African American from Chicago.
mm-hmm.
I'm very proud of both my heritage because I don't think I would be who I am today without those. So very very proud of how they raised me and what they instilled in me, and the belief that they put in me to follow my
Mm-hmm.
dreams, my aspirations, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Did they ever encourage you to sing, or did they ever, you know how parents, oh, are you sure you're going to make money being a singer? Did they ever ask you to do something else?
Yeah, no, I think my mom, the one thing that my mom wants to for all her children was always education. But
Mm-hmm.
she early on, she noticed that I was really into music. I would hear a song, and at the time, my favorite song was Mamang Sorbitero Tayo Sumaya. Diba? I would sing that to her, and from that moment, I think I was about 3 years old, and
Mm-hmm.
or even younger. But at that very moment, I think um, she knew that there was some musicality interest that was growing in me, and then my uncle used to kidnap me. He would borrow me from my mom, and he would go around town. And there would be this singing contest around town, and he would just throw me out there, and I would start singing, and I'd come home with all these prizes, right? And my mom
Uh-huh.
would be wondering, where did this kid went? Saan ka nang galing? Bakit ang dami mong mga dala pa uwi? So
Oh,
that continued, when we moved to Hawaii. I really got into there's so many Filipinos in Hawaii. And of course, with that being said, there's music is very alive, not just within our community, but also in the island. And no, music is very
yes.
much alive in the island. So I was really, really interested to kind of figure out what type of music I wanted to do. And my base is always has always been Filipino music, the melodic way
Mm-hmm.
we write, the melodic way we interpret songs. I've always been curious about amazing writers like Ryan Cayabyab and the beautiful songs
Mm.
that musicians like him produce. So,
Yes.
and of
Yes.
course, as a child, I listened to a lot of Luther Vandross and James Ingram and Aretha Franklin, Barbara Streisand. My stepfather actually is really into music as well, and he doesn't sing, but he has all this music collection, all this beautiful vinyl music, and I
Mm-hmm.
used I used to borrow, and listen to them in my room, and it was just I just thought listening to those. I was this 12-year-old kid that was really interested in this adult music, and I
Mm-hmm.
I just loved it. I just loved it, and everything just grew from there on. And I remember I performed at one event. Just someone invited me, one of my mom's friends, and it just happened that my old manager from Hawaii was there, and you know they saw the potential in me, and they wanted to groom me and really hone the talent. And
Mm-hmm.
so they started managing me. They sent me to vocal lessons, to dance lessons, speech lessons, and everything. And so that kind of started for me. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and it just developed into something that made me who I am today. And
Mm-hmm.
in high school, I entered this singing competition called Brown Bags to Stardom, which kind of
Oh.
started the ball rolling for me because it's the biggest competition in the island. There's about over 500 students that join this competition, and I was very fortunate and lucky to be in the grand champion, and that kind of opened a lot of doors for me.
Mm-hmm.
I got to audition for so many TV shows like the Mickey Mouse Club. I got to audition for
Mickey Mouse
Starstruck.
Club. Mickey Mouse
Yeah,
Club. They have it in the Philippines or in Hawaii, right? In Hawaii.
they don't, but I actually auditioned for Disney.
Oh,
Yeah, so they held an audition in
really?
the island, and I actually was able to audition for it. Of course, I didn't get it, but the opportunity to be
Oh, that was their
to
fault.
audition
Mm-mm. They
is
miss a
an amazing experience. Yeah. Um,
miss a good talent.
it was growing up, I got to grow up and really watch um you know amazing Filipino artists, and artists like Martin Rivera, who also grew up in the island. He's also an island boy, so I kind of grew up knowing and hearing about him. And of course, his father was part of the Society of Seven, and I
Oh.
grew up watching Society of Seven. I remember going to see them in our Trigger Hotel in Hawaii and sitting in a corner trying to mouth off what they're doing and what they're singing. And just, I wanted to learn how to be an entertainer, you know? And
Yeah.
so it was just an amazing, amazing, I don't know, people to look up to as a kid growing up in Hawaii.
Yeah, and plus, you really knew in the beginning when you were little that you really want to be a singer, because this is, I mean, you're really foreseeing yourself like, okay, this is really what I want to do for the rest of my life. Is that what happened to you, or you went to school and forget about showbiz for a while and then got back to it? What
Yeah,
happened?
well, you know, I know that education has to be a part of whatever it is I'm doing. I've always wanted to, you know, as a teenager, I wanted to conquer the world with my music, right? But
Mm-hmm.
of course, reality sets in, and at some point, I realized, you know, I want to be more than my music. I want to have an education to back that up.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was invited to go to the Philippines at some point to sign under Dino Records.
Mm-hmm.
I did that. I accepted that and went to the Philippines, lived in the Philippines, recorded my album, released my very first song in the Philippines called Iibig Muli, which is available now online, guys. So look it up, Iibig Muli under Vigil and Dino Records. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and it became an overnight hit. It became number one within a 1 week of release of the song. So that was really an amazing experience for me. I don't think my team wasn't ready for how quick it happened. And
Mm-hmm.
the song was actually nominated for Pari Awards. Um,
Wow.
uh, yeah, for Best New Artist in the Philippines. So that was really, you know, an amazing accomplishment. I was getting a lot of other offers. Like, you know, I was offered to do the soundtrack for a movie called Pusong Mamon, which stars Lorna Tolentino, Albert Martinez, Eric Kison. The song was
Wow.
called Namimilipit sa Sarap.
Did you ever thought about acting? I mean, seriously being an actor besides being a singer?
I have not. I actually wanted to focus on singing. At
Mm.
some point, I guess if I stayed in Hawaii, I would have had to dabble into movies because that's what everybody did, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I was really interested more in hosting variety shows and doing really more about music. I had an
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to work with one of the most amazing producers in the Philippines, um, Hot Dog, one of the co-founder of Hot Dog, Edgar Garcia, and
Oh, okay.
he actually produced Namimilipit sa Sarap, which became the soundtrack for um, Pusong Mamon. And so
That's an interesting group, hot dogs.
yeah, it was amazing. You know, honestly, I knew their song, but I didn't know the group. And of course, I didn't know Edgar Garcia on his own. And later on realized that, oh my God, he is the co-founder of Hot Dog, the most amazing, you know, band that ever came out of the Japanese in the Philippines. And so I was just in awe about how amazing this guy was. So, you know, he opened more doors for me. Pero at the time I decided, you know, other offers were gonna was coming. And if I continue to stay in the Philippines, at that time I already stayed in the Philippines for about a year and a half. I decided, you know, maybe it's time for me to go back home, back to America and pursue school. And then once I finish school, I can go back to the Philippines and continue my music. Unfortunately, that wasn't in the card. So I came back to America. Dino Records, my record company, went out of business, and
Mm.
not my fault. Not my fault.
How
My
comes
album
that?
actually reached the top five, but I decided since the company is gone and my contract was done, I
Mm-hmm.
just go ahead, finish school. I took it as a sign to finish
Oh.
school, which I finished school and I got my degree in nutrition. And I was approached later on down the line, siguro after mga 2 years of graduating college, I was approached by my now manager, James Arenas, to sing on one of his events. And I told him, I don't know if people still want to hear me sing. And I haven't performed in a few years, and so I know that people sometimes you're out of sight, out of mind, and so I haven't performed. I don't know if I would still be okay. So when I said yes, of course, I had to figure out how am I going to present myself at this point of my life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pero the one good thing though is I never truly stopped singing. What I did is I started um, writing songs and I started recording songs in Hawaii with my producer in Hawaii. And so even though I wasn't performing live, I was actually still singing, writing songs. Hinahasa ko yung music ko in a different way.
Yes.
So after that performance that I did with one of James's production, other offers started coming in, and people. I realized that people were still interested in hearing me sing, and which was wonderful. And
So,
so,
of
it just
course.
we continued, and here we are today.
Yes. And that's why, being a singer, I don't think there's a time limit. You can sing, any age. There's no age limit on it. Look
Exactly.
at Mama. And it's just so sad, but at the age of 83, she was
Yeah.
still singing and she was still performing as the queen of rock and roll.
Your mom is like
It would
fine
never stop.
wine. She only
I
gets
mean,
better with age.
yes, just like wine,
Exactly. She's like a fine
the
wine.
yes, it's a fine wine. As I mentioned, you're only 25, so you have a long way to go.
Well, thank you very much. Of course.
Everything, everybody and my guests are all 25 years old. They don't pass 25, but
Yeah,
even me.
exactly.
Yes, no one should pass 25. But okay, so you're a nutritionist now, right?
Mhm.
So what kind of advice can you give to our online family and friends about what is a good nutrition to keep because you're in shape. So how can you keep your body in shape, and what's the healthiest
Sure.
food that we can,
I
supposed to
think
be
the
taught?
the two basic thing that I can advise is definitely physical activity. Keep moving. At least 30 minutes a day. Do
Mm-hmm.
physical activity, whether it's running, jogging, walking, or just playing with your kids, playing with your dog. Those are count
Yeah.
physical activity, diba? And
Oh,
then second is everything in moderation. Dahil we as I grew up in a Filipino household, so I know how most Filipinos diets
yes.
goes, right? So
Lechon
everything,
once in a while, no?
oh, naman, everything in moderation, dahil sometimes we're so happy when we're eating. It's
Yes.
we celebrate as Filipinos. We celebrate life with food always, whether it's
Always.
sad, whether it's happy, whether it's
Mm-hmm.
a wedding, whether it's a funeral. We celebrate it with food still. So just always, eat everything in moderation. Eat whatever you want, but eat everything in moderation. But always have fruits and vegetables included in your diet because that fiber is very, very important for you.
It's true. It's very, very true. But someone told me that when you play mahjong,
Uh,
that's also an exercise. Was that correct? Because
maybe
you're
maybe
moving
an
your arms,
maybe an upper
mahjong,
body
you
exercise, right?
that makes your arm, gives you some muscles.
Right.
Except when you're losing. But okay, so besides being a nutritionist, do you ever like, as I mentioned a while ago, like maybe acting this time in a movie, or
Yeah.
someone approaches it, oh, Victor, I want you to be in my movie. Would you consider?
Oh, of course, I would. Yeah, I think, as an artist, because when I was younger, I wanted to focus so much on my music. And I
Mhm.
think my immediate goal then was to write songs and to create my own music and create my own style of music. And I think through the years, I've accomplished that. I think I know the kind of music that is that can represent my voice the best way that I can.
Mhm.
I experimented with a lot of different music, and I think acting or being able to act is probably the next level of my artistry that I wanna do.
Mhm.
So yes,
You wanna
definitely.
venture, huh?
It's definitely not out of the questions.
Mhm.
As long as it's something that I can do, and I feel like I'm not gonna make a fool of myself, and I can make people
But
feel
nowadays,
something.
making a fool of yourself
It's
it makes
funny.
you become popular.
Oo naman. For me, I think the goal will always be as long as I can contribute something, you know. So definitely
Yeah.
acting is not out of the question for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how can you advise our young generation out there if they want to pursue a singing career? Or what is something that they have to watch out for? Do they have to have patience?
Yeah.
Because there's so many singers out there nowadays, you know? I mean, it's a
Yeah.
dime a dozen, I'm telling
Yeah.
you. Every corner. And Filipinos, it doesn't matter. They just love to sing, they love to
Yeah.
dance, they love entertainment, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So how can you advise what kind of advice can you give them so that their
Yeah.
career can go farther than just being in karaoke?
Right. No, I think as Filipinos, we love art. We love music. We love to sing. I have not seen one Filipino household that does not have a karaoke machine. So I agree 100%. For the kids, for our young viewers who wants to pursue a career in music, is the first thing that I would say to them is believe in yourself. Always believe in
Mm,
your, no matter what anybody else tells you, always believe in yourself. Always love and respect yourself. That's the first thing. And make sure that you are ready when opportunity comes. So that means, what does that mean to me? That means, make sure you take vocal lessons, dance lessons, ways to better yourself, things that will make you take classes that will make you improved, inside and outside. When that, because, as they say, opportunity only knock once. Sometimes it knocks twice. But
twice.
when those
It
knock
depends. It
come,
really depends.
exactly. But when they do knock, you have to be ready for it. So do the right things that will make you better. So when that opportunity comes along, you're ready for it. And always surround yourself with people who believes in you, positive people who will push you and make you feel good about
Mhm.
yourself. Yeah.
Yes. Not push you on the bridge, but just
Not
push
push
you
you,
to make you
push you to be better than who you are right now. Yeah, for
you
sure.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
push you
You
on the
know,
bridge like, huh?
without my family's support and love, um, I wouldn't be here even now, because I feel like, my family are very honest, and when I'm feeling like, oh, I did such an amazing show today, there's always something that will pull me down back to earth. So they're so good at making me humble and to
Yes.
always remember where I came from. So,
Yes. Always
always,
be
and I always
humble.
say, yes, always surround yourself with people who loves you and respects you and wants good things for you.
Yes, yes. I mean, family really helps. I mean,
Yeah,
a family that supports you, though, because there's
exactly.
families that all they do
Yeah,
is criticize you.
exactly.
So, yeah, so there's families that really support you and surround not just family, but family and friends,
Right.
right? Or
Ex-
someone that just you mentioned, the one that believes in your talent, that you have a talent, or sometimes you just kind of develop your talent also. There are some people out there who scared to make that second step because they
Yeah,
think that excuse me, that a lot of people may not like it, but if you have that encouragement on you or someone that will listen to you, at least just one person that will listen to you, you
exactly.
know and that believes in you, and that really
Yeah,
counts a lot. And of course, you have faith in God too,
of course.
you
Of
know
course. Always believe in the higher power than you.
yes, yes,
Because through him everything is possible,
yes, that's
and
true.
just believe in what you can do as an artist.
Mm-hmm.
you know no one can tell you that you're not an artist. I started writing songs not knowing how to write songs, but I know how melody sounds like, and I know
Mm-hmm.
how what melody I like, and I know,
Mm-hmm.
and this is derived from artists that I listen to and I try to emulate, and so
Yes.
and so you know, grooming that artistry, grooming that
Mm-hmm.
talent that you have is a
Mm-hmm.
must to continue to the next level.
Yes. And I heard you're gonna have a show coming up in September
I do.
24th,
I
21st.
I do have a show coming up September 21st here in Seattle. So please come and join us. I have a show along with the icons here in Seattle. And I also have another show on November 2nd. It's Himig ng Pasko, which is a
Mm-hmm.
Christmas show that we are doing here in Seattle. I will be also releasing my album next year. We finished
Mm-hmm.
recording my album and I will be releasing it next year. And I am working on a Christmas album to be done next year. So please come and join us September 21st and November 2nd.
Okay. And I have to drink a little bit because there you go. There's your
You go ahead and drink. If I can say hi
I
to,
know.
if I
Because
can say, if I can say I send a shout out to a couple of people, if that's
oh
okay.
yes, definitely give
Yeah.
a shout out to anyone and everybody's watching because I told a lot of my friends, you got to listen to this guy. I mean, he's
Thank
my
you.
my half brother,
Yeah, yeah. Well,
or my son. I don't
no
know, can
artist
be my
can
son.
do, no artist can do all of this by themselves, and so I'm very fortunate and lucky to be surrounded by some of the most amazing people. And as I go back to, as I make a comeback into the music industry, I'm very lucky to be surrounded by good, positive people. Of course, I want to say hi to my manager, James Arenas.
Hi,
Shande
James.
Hansen, yes, Shande Hansen
Hi.
is also one of my producers in Seattle. Rose Alvarez and family, who is producing our September 21st show in Seattle. Gertrude Gregorio, Miss G in California, you know her.
Yes, of course. That's my
Uh,
girl.
of course, Julie Kimbao, also in California. Lyra Binaglia and Dennis Almario, who produced my tour with Mark Bautista in New Jersey. So I want to say hi to him. Tess Ramos, hello. Linda La Pastora, which is one of my favorite titas from Hawaii. Mary Cordero and Alex Busmente from Hawaii, who produced my last concert in Hawaii last year. And of course, the Icon family, hello. Tita Bing Ball, Michelle Hans, and Mami Alma. Hello to all of you, and thank you for all your support. And of course, you, Sansu.
Oh,
Look forward to
thank you.
working with you. So.
But don't forget you, Liso Pontino.
Yes,
He's
yes.
one of our producers in
Liza,
our
one of our
show.
producers there in California as well. So thank you
Yes.
so very much for bringing Mark Bautista and I in California. That was such an amazing and fun show.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for taking the time because it was a fundraising for the Aita Tribe Foundation. And
Mhm.
and for you guys, for you and Mark to support the foundation that will help our indigenous people in the Philippines because it's one of the that's the only way we can provide them with clean water so we can keep supplying them with clean water,
Mhm.
by building a water catchment, water tanks, and also toilet.
Yeah,
These are the things that we were actually would take for granted.
yeah.
And
It was
every
an
time at the
amazing.
end of the show, please, my online family and friends, watch the video that we've done so far. And you can always go to our website, which is itatribes.org.
Yeah.
And so, go ahead, my dear.
It was such an amazing opportunity for us to be able to do that for your foundation. Of course, we were so happy to be there, and just the support that was there that you received for that show, it wasn't just ours. It was really, you did all the work. You guys did all the work. All the producers, you, Lysol, Julie, and all the other producers.
And Miss G.
Miss G, for
Yes.
taking care of us. Just everyone who really supported us, so that we
Yeah.
can support the foundation.
Yes.
Thank you
And
also,
also Maria Baldonado. She was one of the producers also.
Maria. Thank you so much. Yes.
Yes.
Maraming salamat, Maria.
I think you've told everybody. I hope I didn't miss anybody, right?
I know. There's so many people to thank. It's so hard to miss somebody because I don't want to disrespect anyone, because truly, if you were a part of the tour, all the show that we did in Vegas, and I mean, excuse me, in Portland, in Seattle, in New Jersey, and in California, thank you so very much. And we don't want to take you for granted. We are truly appreciative of your love, your support, always.
Oh, thank you, thank you. And we're so honored to have you. Now a lot of the Bay Area now they always talk about who was that video, because before when we mention it, like, yeah, he's very famous in Seattle. And then now when they saw you perform, I said, oh my God. How did we miss this person?
Yeah, I
But
stopped
I just want
singing
to
for
thank
a
you
long time, and that's the thing. I really got out of the music business for a little bit. I wanted to concentrate in my school, and I wanted to experience being a student.
Aw.
I didn't want to do both, and when
Mhm.
and after I graduated from college, there was this crossroad that I was going through, and I was like, should I continue music, or should I just start working as a dietitian? And so,
Mhm.
uh,
Good
the
decision
music,
making.
yes,
Continue music.
continue music is exactly what happened. So here I
Well, well, thank you so much, my brother. And it's been an honor, and I know that we're gonna see each other again before the end of this year, which is hopefully in December.
Yes,
And we're working in a show,
yes,
so
yes.
hopefully we'll make it happen. But I'm just so glad that you continued your singing career, because
Yeah.
you have the talent, you have the voice. And it's good to share. It's good for everyone to really hear, because it's very hard to hear real singers nowadays. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of singers, but there are singers that just, they're just humming, or they just, like, or they think that when they use the word oh, that's a song. No, you're really singing. You're a
Thank
singer. You know,
thank you. I
you don't just
appreciate. I appreciate that. I do, when I do perform, I truly try to reach out to my audience, and I really try to sing from my soul, because I don't just want to feel, my music. I want my audience to feel my music. I want to be able to reach out and touch them in some way, and so that I can make them feel like they're a part of the show that's
Mhm.
happening, and that I can put a smile on their face, or a good memory comes back in their mind. So that's always my goal when I'm performing for people, because I want to sing for them again.
Oh, thank you. And I can't wait for you to sing for us again. Well, thank you so
Thank
much, my brother Vigil. Good luck in your endeavor. Good luck in everything you want to do in life. And keep singing, because we need a singer like you. We need someone that can still touch our heart and sing from the heart. You know what I'm saying? It's
thank you.
not, yeah, because singing is not easy.
Yeah.
When you hit the wrong notes and everything, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
But that's why it's not easy to be a singer. I just want to thank also my other brother, James Saravinas, for introducing us, and for inviting me in Seattle to perform with you. And again, I can't wait to see you. Good luck in everything. God bless you always, and hope to see you soon. All right? Thank
Sounds good.
you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, bye. Bye. Thank you. Oh, okay. So I know Hi, everyone. I hope you had a good time with my conversation with my brother Vigil. I mean, I consider him my younger brother. You know, he's 24 and I'm 25. But I mean, when I met him, we really clicked. You know how sometimes you meet someone and then you kind of like, oh, really? He could be a family friend or he could be my best friend or something like that. And I'm just so honored that you took the time to really spend time with us and for me to introduce him to you guys because he's really one of a kind of a singer. Because I said, I hope all of you can come to his show and really hear him sing in person because he's amazing. And I just want to thank you again, Vigil, for sharing your story with us, your and the conversation that we had this time. Because last I think 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, I was with my girl Diana, and she invited me to watch. It was my first time to see a festival in LA. I mean, all day. And you know how many performers? Whether there were 70 performers. And these are not, just performers. You're talking about Shaka Khan, you're talking about the Warwick, you're talking about Lionel Richie, Cool and the Gang. I mean, on and on and on. The whispers and the emotions and oh my God, I'm like, Jesus. I mean, this is really like, and there were four stages, you guys. There were four stages. So you want to stick to one stage because some performer will be in this stage. They have Santana on this stage. You have Lionel Richie on the other side. You have emotions and they have cameo and oh my God, it was unbelievable. And so I hope that they'll do that again next year. But I just want to show you one because, one of my favorites is Diana Ross. So the only thing that I can show you tonight or today is when I watched her because she's one of my idol. I love her. She's unbelievable. And she's 80 years old now, you guys. 80 years old, and she's still looking good, and she had like she changed her clothing and all that different. And I can show you because they started off when her part is about her life. And then it sway into her performances. But I can only show you half of it because it was like an hour show. Okay, so I hope you enjoy it. Check it out.
Growing up was easy and hard, but beautiful. I was such an energetic child that I don't think my daddy ever quite knew how to deal with me.
Diane was wild.
I was my mama's best helper.
You did nothing that Mama would ask you to do.
I was a tough kid, a tomboy. Don't fight, my mother would always tell me.
And the thing is, Diane fights to kill. I could be Fred T-Boy.
Of y'all had me down on the ground.
My story has been referred to as classic rags to riches, but the Rosses were never raggedy.
Mother, I really do think that you're very courageous. You dare. You have the courage to dare to do something different. And I think that probably is a lot to do with the driving force.
This is where I lived, the second door.
It was here in the Detroit Brewster housing projects that I met Mary Wilson and Florence Ballard. I don't think I ever thought you can't get anywhere from here. I love to sing more than anything. Singing became my life. It was all I cared about. Mary, Florence, and I became the Supremes. And we definitely had our sights on Motown.
I see reflections of you and me, reflections of the way life used to be, reflections of the love you took from me.
Kids, childbirth, and having babies have always been the most magical times for me. My dream fulfilled. As much as I love recording in the studio, there's nothing more magical as the energy on stage. the great honor of being nominated for an Academy Award for my role in Lady Sings the Blues. Mahogany gave me the opportunity to design the clothes and the wardrobe for Tracy Chambers, the character I played. I love making movies. It's the most challenging part of my career. When I think of home, The Wiz. It's a film that reminds me never to lose myself in the brilliance of the lights. It returns me to my roots. Out of Darkness was my first movie for television.
I have my life again.
As I look back, each step in my life was necessary and complete and perfect. Through it all, there has always been music. To all of you, I want you to know I love you very much. The blessings that I have had in my life, I wish for each of you.
Yeah, yeah, take it back. Hi! Oh my god! Yeah, I have to excuse because the fact is I'm the only one that videotaping it. It was, you can tell it's like a bootleg video, homemade video. I mean, unbelievable. I was just one of the artists that day. I mean, think about it. Oh my God. I was like, I mean, this is a woman that I adore for so many years since I was young. I really love her. And thank you for, watching that with me. And I just want to thank my girl, Diana Santos, for inviting me for because I never know about all this festival, that a huge festival in LA. And we were together and oh, thank you, my girl. Thank you, Diana. And thank you, of course, today, with everything that's happening, we'll never forget because today is September 11th. And we always have to remember what happened in September 11th in 2001. So I would like to have a solemn moment at this time. And before we go, I would like to say a little prayer for all the survival, and also for everyone that left us because of that big disaster that happened to us happened in this country. God of all people, teach us to be patriotic, but humbly so. Teach us to see the frailty, the beauty, and the value of the of in light of this tragedy. The body of life in light of this tragedy, rather than using it to elevate trivia differences to the heights of divisive reasons for hatred. Remind us of the way the true heart of this nation's people was revealed in open doors, open arms, and open hearts. But we may never forget that on that day, we did not focus on nationality, wealth, education, sex, or sexuality. We focus on need, on humanity, and on love. So, for everyone that left us, may God give you purple light shine upon you, and may you all rest in peace. And for all the families, be safe always. And I just want to say that don't forget about September 11, you guys, and have a little prayer for everyone. So again, I just want to thank my guest today, which is Vigil, my half brother. And also for tuning in with us. I just want to thank you guys so much for being with us every week. So don't forget to share, subscribe, and don't forget to neuter your animals, to control animal population. And again, I just please stay tuned with us every weekend. And thank you, PHLV Radio team, led by Johan Seisen. And thank you, my family and friends. I love you. Love, peace, and joy. See you again next week. And I don't know what country again. Maybe you can guess it. See you guys. Love you. Bye. God bless.
Po, si Orlino de la Cruz ay kapitan po ng Patal Pinto sa Pinatubo. Nagpapasalamat po ako sa Aita Tribe Foundation. Nagpapasalamat po ako uli sa mga bigay nyo po. Dito po ay lumiwanag na po ang namin po, community namin po. Nuulit ko lang po, nagpapasalamat ako sa inyo po. Ito po. Ay, mas pasalamat kami po sa nagtutulong sa amin po sa Aita Foundation po. Ngayon lang po kami ng ilaw na maliwanag po dito sa Patal Pinto po. Thank you po.
Ito po yung mga kasama namin, nag-install ng solar dito sa sitio. Dayday. Ayan si Conchal. Ayan si Joseph. Si Goryo. Si Commander. Ito si Kapitan. Ayan si Pangkok. Oh, ayan si Ate Parina. Ayan ang cooker namin, no, si Ate Parina. Ayan, no. Dito kami sa Sitio Dayday. Ayan, no.
Day pala yung
Sitio Dayday. Ayan. Ayan, no. Dito po kami natulog. Super lamig, parang nasa Tagaytay.